I'm Sherry with Broken Leg Vinyl. I'm going to show you how sublimation works on socks. I have two pairs of socks to make. So first of all, I want to show you that we are using the heat press at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. And this is my Hotronix Fusion. I won't use anything else anymore. I had the cheap Chinese import, and I'm not doing that anymore. So the socks I'm doing today, these are black bottom, the foot is black, and these are 90 to 95% cotton on the bottom for the foot, so your foot's not going to get extra sweaty. The top is 100% or 95% polyester. Sublimation ink only dyes polyester, and it turns into a gas at 385 to 400 degrees. And that's where the magic happens. It's chemistry. It takes the sublimation ink that's printed on sublimation paper, and I only buy high quality sublimation paper, and it turns it to a gas, and it goes into the sock. So I'm just going to line up the design on the socks and do the pressing, and you're going to see the magic. It's amazing. I'm really meticulous about lining up, so bear with me for a second because I want them to be perfect or as close to perfect as my humanity allows. And my heart is a little big on top, so I have to make sure I've got most of the heart on the sock. I'm good. Okay, so now because it turns to a gas, I have to cover the socks up with more butcher paper. The butcher paper protects my heat press from getting sublimation ink on it, and then, you know, if I'm pressing a white shirt or something, it might just go into the white shirt. Don't want that. So I cover it up with the butcher paper, and I'm going to press. Okay, this is really chemistry. I'm going to pause and come back. Okay, here it goes. It's going to be ready. Now, when I have a light design, I don't always do it for 60 seconds. Sometimes I only do it for 40 to 50. It just depends, but when I'm doing black, I absolutely do the full time. So I take off the paper that was protecting my heat press, and I'm going to remove the design. Oh, look at that. They look fantastic. So, sock 1 and sock 2. The chemistry is done. Look, the back. So we have to do the back now. I'm going to pause while I get it set up. Okay, so we're ready to place the picture. Again, I've already done one. The man who's getting these socks, he works for a bank, so I was pretty careful to make sure I left room for the bottom around his ankle to be black, so when he wears these socks with his suit to work, they won't show red hearts. Just in case, you know, businessmen, business meetings. So I'm putting my butcher paper over the top to protect my heat press from the ink. And we're going down for another 60 seconds. Hold on. Go for the reveal. I can't wait. I love this. I never took chemistry in high school, but I love that this ink, the sublimation ink, turns to a gas at 385 to 400 degrees and dyes into the polyester. This is how they make fabric. Darn, look at that. It's got white up at the top of the sock, so I'm going to have to get some black and press that real quick to get some black in it. Darn, darn, darn. I'm going to do that right now. I had to set it up so the hearts and stuff are hanging out because I don't want to turn all of this dye into a vapor again. So it's a royal pain, but you got to do what you got to do here. Okay, here we go. Sock's gonna probably fall out. Okay, I caught it. Got my butcher paper. See, I had to tape the sock down, so I'm gonna remove that and pull it out. I hate using tape because sometimes it leaves marks. So there we go. Not bad, the white is gone, so that's good. And then I just removed the jig. The sock is on a jig and it holds its shape while it's sublimating. Okay. The jig is made out of a hard cardboard, but it's thin. So these are the socks. Side one, side two, and the other side one and side two. Now for the next ones. Okay, these socks are very special. So I'm taking care. I reused my jig and there's black at the top of the jig. So I'm wrapping a piece of paper over it so that these white socks, these have white feet and white uppers. They're still 90% cotton on the foot and 95 to 100% polyester on the top. But I don't want there to be a black line from the jig on the socks. So I've covered it up so that any black will go into that piece of paper. These socks are for my cousin to give her husband. And this is Donut. Donut was a fantastic pup. He passed recently, but I heard he was the best dog ever. And I just want to make sure these socks look fantastic. Because he deserves it. He was a good dog. So I'm putting the paper on, lining it up. And remember, this is chemistry. This is sublimation ink on sublimation paper. And the sublimation ink turns into a vapor or gas at 385 to 400 degrees. So it's really cool. Just, they're never going to be perfect as far as lining up, but they're going to be close. So, just making sure I got a clean piece of butcher paper to put over the top because I don't want to accidentally pick up some of the previous ink and put it on the white socks. So these are only going to press for 40 seconds because it's white and the design is not black, so it doesn't need 60. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am so excited to see these. Are you half as excited as I am? When you do sublimation too, you have to reverse the image as well because it gets placed on top. So there's the ink that came off. And look at these. Oh my God. Donut, you are so cute. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna set it up for the other side. Okay, we're all set. I've got one sock back ready and I'm getting this one ready. And again, they're on a jig. The jig helps the sock to hold the place. I'm just making sure his booty isn't hanging off or the hearts aren't hanging off. And I think we're ready to go. Cover it up with my clean butcher paper. And again, we're doing about 40 seconds on the heat press. Okay, it's not going to ring this time because it was set for 60 seconds. So it's got 4 different times on it. And I just cycle through them. So here we go. We're going to check out little Donut. Oh my God. This is so cool. Awesome. He looks great. So I removed the jig, and that paper is up here, so I'm going to take that off. And see, I'm glad I put it on there. There is some black. You can see the shadow of it. So that would have been at the top of my sock. I don't want that. So here's sock number 1, the front and the back. Isn't Donut adorable? Sweetie pie. Oh, I hope they love these socks. Take the paper out. There you go. They're awesome. Anyway, I can't wait to see what they think of these socks. That's it. That's how you sublimate socks. And you have to have special ink and special paper in order for it to work. But the heat press gets set at 385 to 400 and takes about 60 seconds unless it's not a super dark design. Then you can go a little less because you don't want to ruin the elastic on your socks either. Anyway, that's it. Sherrie with brokenlegvinyl.com. And thank you very much for watching. Have a blessed day, y'all.